So the name of my speech is the solution to fashion pollution, sustainable fashion. Fashion is currently the second biggest polluter after oil. Buying clothing is something that we all participate in doing, although some of us participate in buying clothes more than others. We are all in this together. In order to save our planet, we must all understand and take action as a team so that we can truly make a difference. We could always just all buy less clothing, but getting everyone to do that is quite difficult since we live in a consumer society. The solution to this problem is sustainable fashion. Sustainable fashion is the step we should all take if we want to stop polluting the planet with fashion. I will talk about what the problem is, why it got this way, and why sustainable fashion is the solution. What stands in the way of sustainable fashion is what we call in our consumer society fast fashion. Fast fashion is the process of turning design ideas into items at a quick pace. Due to the clothes being made of cheap material, it makes them cheaper so people will buy them, or they turn to buy them. Many stores nowadays are fast fashion stores. These fast fashion stores can introduce new clothing almost weekly. This causes clothing to become irrelevant very quickly. People who are into fast fashion end up purchasing way too many items, which is bad for the environment. Americans throw away 80 pounds of clothing per year, so this is a big deal. The majority of clothes nowadays are made of a material called polyester. Polyester is manufactured using an excessive amount of fossil fuels, which is already bad for the environment to start, but it's not good for the planet one bit. According to Forbes, that number has now reached to 70 million barrels. Polyester manufacturing for fashion has shot up higher than cotton and wool. This is due to the fact that polyester is a lot cheaper to manufacture. Another problem with polyester is that it isn't biodegradable. It is one of the main causes for microplastics ending up in the ocean. A great way to help out the planet is by staying away from fast fashion altogether. Now that I've addressed the problem, I can move on to why this has become a reality. You might be asking yourself, if sustainable fashion is such a good thing for our planet, then why doesn't everyone do it? Why is it that when I have to go shop for clothes, I never see clothes that are already made by biodegradable materials? More than 20 years of polluting has shown that a large majority of Americans say that they would gladly buy a sustainable or ethical product, but by less than 10% of them actually do. The reason why people don't actually do what they say they would can be answered with science. Shopping can apparently make us feel so good that we ignore our morals while doing it. A University of Michigan study found that the price of an item or how much a person liked it didn't alone explain the amount of pleasure experienced during shopping. It was how much the person liked it and what he or she paid for it. Simply put, it is too much effort to change how we purchase clothes. Once we do it one way, we keep doing it that way. Others suggest that brands should tell better stories to consumers when shopping so that they make smarter decisions. A group that calls themselves the Fashion Revolution ran a social experiment to show what decision consumers would make if they were told something before purchasing the item. It was done by setting up vending machines that sold t-shirts for €2. Before they would get the chance to dispense a shirt, they would be informed on why the shirts were so cheap. Garment workers in developing countries spent up to 16 hours a day in the factory and earned as little as 13 cents per hour. After they were told, nobody went through with the purchase. Honest but emotional information presented at the point of a purchase could influence consumer behavior. Now we can get on to the solution as the whole. Sustainable fashion is the movement and process of changing the fashion world for the better of the planet. Unfortunately, in the fashion world, we cannot be 100% sustainable. The reason being that when we wash clothes, natural fibers nature infuses with microfibers. It harms the environment through the use of water, electricity, and the majority of laundry detergents. One can try to be more sustainable though. Just by washing your clothes less, you are being more sustainable. Washing at a cooler temperature is important because 90% of the energy the washing machine uses goes towards heating up the water. Also, air drying is a great alternative to using a clothes dryer. Before buying any piece of clothing, we should ask ourselves if we really need it, and if purchased, would we actually wear it to the extent of the time it was made for. Commit to wearing it 30 times. Limiting our clothing purchases isn't the only way we can be more sustainable, though. We can also all help out the planet by getting second-hand items from thrift stores, yard sales, garage sales, and just trading clothes in general. This is very sustainable because the items already exist. You are saving the entire negative impact of production. Then there's slow fashion. Slow fashion is basically buying items that are of high quality, versatile, and fit well so that you don't have to keep buying new items. You should be able to see yourself wearing the item often as well. When an item you own is damaged, you should always try to fix it so that you don't have to throw it away. Another way to be sustainable is by purchasing vegan clothing items. This is friendly for the environment by reducing the dying and suffering of animals for your clothes. Look for innovative materials like Pinatex, Lensing Tencel, Cork, C-Cell, Mycoworks, and brands that use recycled materials. Also, by minimizing your wardrobe, it lowers consumption. Just discarding whatever you don't essentially need will not lead to a more sustainable closet. Items made by organic cotton are a great alternative because it saves us from pesticides, better for the health and land of farmers who grow it, and protect wildlife. As of now, we don't have the technology to separate mixed materials, only items that are 100%, so try to buy clothes that are made 100% of one material because those can be recycled. If you can't recycle your clothes, you should then consider a different option. A good alternative would be to donate to stores that accept donations and help those that are in need of items. Keep it to find use for it, or simply give it to a friend or family member you think would like it. Most influencers like YouTubers play a big role when it comes to talking about being sustainable because the majority of them aren't. Instead, they tell you to buy their product, which is not what being sustainable is about. I believe if YouTubers and influencers in general were to address being sustainable, more people would be sustainable. Sustainable fashion is the step we should take if we want to put a stop to harming the environment. I went over what the problem exactly is, how it got this way, and how sustainable fashion is a solution. We can prevent harmful materials used to make clothing like polyester from harming the planet by being more sustainable. Being sustainable includes staying away from fast fashion brands, buying less clothes, buying from thrift stores, donating your clothes, and swapping clothing. We can also purchase clothes made by materials that don't harm the planet. If everybody in the world was sustainable, we could put a stop to pollution done by fashion. One person realizing what must be done isn't enough, unfortunately. We need to remember that Earth is our home and we must protect it together.
Yeah.